In this video, we're going to begin by thinking about the student experience in our online classes. Most of us use video as part of the content delivery of our class, and video can be an effective medium for students to learn from. But by itself, it's not just inherently effective. It's just like reading a text in that it is by nature a passive learning experience. But if we teach students strategies, or if we embed into the course design particular strategies that help the student engage more deeply with the content, then we shift it from a passive learning experience to more of an effective active learning experience. In this class, one of the things that you're going to be learning to do is build a PlayPosit interactive video activity. And the way to think about PlayPosit is it's basically bringing you, the instructor, into the video, even if it's a video from YouTube and not one that you've created yourself. So the way that I think about PlayPosit is that's a layer, or kind of a wrapper around a video where you're sitting with the student as they're watching and you're engaging them in thinking about the content and with directions of how to interact in meaningful ways with that material. You're probing their thinking, or you're asking them to reflect and pause for a moment to think about something. Maybe you're giving them very specific guidance on what they're going to do with the material, how it's important to their learning for assignments or assessments and that sort of thing. So it's really about helping students apply the right kind of mental effort to make that video the most effective learning medium for the student at that time. When you build a PlayPosit activity for students, what PlayPosit calls this is a video bulb. And the name of the activity, a bulb, seems a little strange at first, but if you know the kind of origin of the idea, then it starts to make more sense and becomes more memorable. So essentially the idea is that we want to imagine our students having light bulb moments, those kind of aha moments as they watch the video. And by putting our teacher presence into that video, we're supporting that that's going to happen. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at an actual PlayPosit video bulb, and we're going to again be looking at it from the student experience. And we want to start with thinking about how can students just use the general features that are already in PlayPosit as learning support, and then we'll switch gears and we'll look at what you as the teacher can do to enhance that experience even further. All right, I'll see you over in the PlayPosit video bulb and when we start the next section of the video. So here I am at an example PlayPosit bulb that a biology teacher has created for her students, and I'm going to interact with it as a student would. So let's go ahead and check out some of the features. Clicking anywhere on the screen will make the video play just like YouTube, or there's a play button in the lower left-hand corner. So this teacher is going to be giving an introduction to a concept such as the rate at which an enzyme-facilitated reaction is going to occur. A student could just sit back and watch, but the student also has some learning support features that are built right into PlayPosit. Let's go ahead and look at some of the basics. A lot of times students want to adjust the settings of the video. For example, they might want to put the video into full screen, or they might want to change the video speed. The settings gear allows students to do that. They can change the speed, they can change it to full screen, they can adjust the volume and so forth. And then you might notice that the video just paused by itself. I didn't actually do anything to pause the video at this point. And that's because the instructor has provided a reflection question for students, or a quick check for understanding type of question for students. And when students reach this question that the teacher has put in, they could rewind the question. They could return if they think, oh, I need to review something before answering that question. They can also, when the sidebar is open, so what comes up on the left-hand side of the screen when the video pauses is called the sidebar. And this sidebar is going to be where the questions appear, or any kind of pause or prompt or learning aid that the teacher provides. The student can click the X and get rid of it if they want to hide that. Or they also have at all times access to this little clipboard under the PlayPosit icon. And that allows them to check their progress along the way, but most importantly, it allows the students to, at any point in the video, whether it's been paused for them for a question or whether the student pauses for themselves, they can type notes in. So they can type the fact that something like the optimum temperature looks close to 30, maybe 8 degrees, right? And they can save that note for later. And they can actually download their notes at the end of the video. And they can also open up a transcript. And I would need to come over and turn the captions on. It tells me that it's going to show a transcript. So that way, if they want to go back to some part of the video that they've already watched, they could interact with the transcript this way. Also, when they have completed the video activity and maybe they're coming back to the video for review for an assignment or an assessment, they can also open up the transcript and just kind of search either for keywords, or they can scroll and search for a section of the video that they might want to review. So this would be especially helpful for a video like this that's 15 minutes long. Students are often not going to want to come back and rewatch 15 minutes. So the transcript allows for a quick review of particular topics covered within the video, and then also the notes feature is pretty cool that they can take notes and then download them for reference later. So these three parts, the review, kind of overview of what they're going to need to do, the notes and the transcript, are all available to the student at any time just through the clipboard icon. Whether or not they have to answer the questions as they watch, or if they can skip and return to it later, that's dependent on the settings that you provide as the teacher. The way that the student is going to get into the PlayPosit in the first place is through your Canvas course. So that's one of the nice features of using PlayPosit with your online classes, that it's already integrated into Canvas. So students do not need a password, they're not going outside of Canvas, so this is actually just going to embed right into a page, and they can click and begin the activity within Canvas just as I showed you here. One of the things that's especially important for students to know as they get started using this in your class is that they need to watch the video all the way to the very, very end, to the last second. When the video reaches its end, it will bring up a kind of success, you're done type of message in the sidebar there, like you can see. So those are the basics of the student experience in PlayPosit.